How do you get unstuck? If you feel like you're trying to make a change, but you keep hitting up against the same patterns, you're hitting a wall, and no matter what you do, nothing is shifting, nothing is changing. Let's talk about it, because there's some things that are important to consider if you want to make that change. The first thing is that if we want our life to change, if we want something outside of us to change, we need to be willing to make a change within. Because if we don't want to change, then we're going to keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. And that's not very wise. So what are we willing to do differently? Because if we didn't have to change, it would have already happened. If it was that easy, why wouldn't we have made that change already? So there's something that we need to do differently, some place where we're getting in our own way. The first part is to really have that process of looking at ourselves and that self-reflection to see, where am I stopping myself? Where am I getting in my own way? And maybe you work with meditation or some sort of self-reflective process to identify where you're stopping yourself. And remember that our foundation is our thoughts, our words, and our actions. So it's the little things we do every day that make up our foundation. And so if we want to make a change, we need to come back to this piece, our thoughts, our words, and our actions. And so when it comes to our thoughts, what are our limiting beliefs? Where are we stopping ourselves within the mind? Maybe we're telling ourselves a story that's keeping us stuck in a box, and we need to change that script. We need to rewrite that story to open up the door to doing something differently, to showing up differently. So having that awareness of what's going on in your mind, what are the stories that you're telling yourself, and how can I shift that so that I can overcome and do something differently? Whether it's your thoughts, your words, how you're speaking, how you're showing up, your actions, what are the steps that you're taking in your life, all of this we want to look at and see, where can I do something differently? Where can I show up in a different way? And when you identify where you want to make that change, where you're stopping yourself, know that you don't have to do it alone. You can have help, you can have support, and not being afraid to ask for help, to reach out and find somebody who has more experience, somebody who's done it before, somebody who's done it for themselves and can help share how they did it, an expert who can give support wherever it is that you need it. Maybe it's getting healing sessions to help get it to the core of the core issue and to shift it at a core level, so then it can flow into the outer expression. Because when we shift within, then the outer transforms. And if we have unresolved healing that needs to happen, that can be like where we get stuck in this pattern. And if we want to overcome that, healing sessions can be a really helpful tool. Maybe it's meditation and different self-practices that you do every day to help change that pattern for you. So whatever it is, once you identify some things you can do differently to approach it in a different way, that's going to be the first step. And then commit to it. Really do it. Take it into action. Don't just think about it. Make that shift. And then you'll see the results of that. And then from those results, then you can tweak it and refine and keep on going. But the big piece, rather than just keep on doing it the same, identifying and taking that action. Once you are in this process of refining, keep on coming back to that question, what do I want to do about it? Ask yourself in any situation when you're feeling stuck, what do I want to do about it? How can I make a change? And rather than getting into the drama of the situation or putting the blame on other people, really taking responsibility and accepting, okay, this is the situation that I'm in. Now, what can I do about it? That's going to give you the power to make a change, to keep on stepping into your agency in the situation and taking that next step. Remember that where there's a will, there's a way. And so don't give up on yourself. This is an important piece too, because it's coming back to what is that inner fire, that desire that you have to make this change, to stoke that fire so that you can overcome the obstacles that you face. And you are your biggest cheerleader. You are your biggest fan. If you don't have your own back, who else is going to have your back? And so you need to be there for yourself and really step into that role for yourself of reminding yourself when things get tough, Just keep one foot in front of the other, one step at a time. Just keep going, keep moving forward. And over time, you'll have that breakthrough, you'll have that moment. And that's where it's that dedication, it's that commitment to keep on going, to trust yourself, believe in yourself. Because if you believe in yourself, anything is possible. We stop ourselves more than anything outside of ourselves. And so when we can get out of our own way, we can make that breakthrough. So stay committed, stay passionate, stay inspired, and reach out for support. You don't have to go it alone. There's people who can support you, and know that you got this. You are amazing and you can do this. Just keep on going.